Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Carsahh, and these are my 3 tips to drastically increase the strength of your triangle choke. So let's talk about number 1. So the first one is cutting the angle. The way I like to do this is I cut the angle using my opponent's arm or leg. The leg being the stronger option of the two, but sometimes you can't always get there.
So guys, just a quick example of that. Here we are at Grappling Industries earlier this year in, I think, April. But Dante's gonna end up picking me up after I hit a nice hip bump triangle on him. And in order to get control of this match, as we start heading back to the ground, I'm gonna grab that underhook on the arm and then switch off to the underhook on the leg once it's in reach.
On top of creating an angle, it also forms an attachment to my opponent to one, slow down their explosive movements, as well as be able to keep them in and keep them controlled. So similarly to underhooking the arm, if you underhook the leg, I believe it's a much stronger connection. 1, it cuts the angle. 2, it gives you that attachment you need to stop your opponent's explosive movements. And 3, the thing that this one kind of allows you to do, that the arm doesn't, is allow you, the thing that this allows you to do, whereas the arm kind of falls short on it, is direct your opponent's weight. So for instance, if I'm getting stacked, by underhooking the leg, I can pull myself under my opponent, giving them no real leverage to stack me and forcing their weight to go forward.
So for example, as you guys just saw, this is IBJJF Atlanta, my first match in my first IBJJF tournament. As Pablo goes to stack me, I'm trying to rock his weight forward and get onto my shoulders as much as possible, and then I use that underhook on the leg to keep him off balanced and deny him the pressure that he wants to be using to stack me. This is going to lead us directly into our second tip.
Okay, so the second tip that I have for you today is how to remove the stacking hand by inverting. So normally I was taught to walk my shoulders back in the triangle, but I found that for me, when I'm going against especially stronger opponents, when their weight's already on top of me, I really don't have that much. I really can't walk back on my shoulders. I don't know how else to do it. So something that I've picked up is instead of trying to create distance and back away from my opponent, I go under them. And this is the same instance that I was talking about in tip number 1, where I underhook the leg. I use the same kind of mechanics.
Okay, so this video takes place in Seattle, Washington when I was up there earlier this year. I'm going up against a purple belt that easily outweighs me by 50 to 70 pounds. But there's a lot of cool things that I want to focus on in this clip, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, you can see my right hand is blocking his elbow from reaching down and touching the mat. This is giving me a little more breathing room to kind of survive in the stack, and then my left hand is grabbing my shin. What I'm going to do next is, now that the stacking hand's off, I go ahead and underhook that leg and I pull myself under him. Another cool detail, if you guys missed it, I was able to finish the triangle without even completely locking it up. So my theory on this is, it's not really about locking the triangle and crunching down on their back, but more about having a very tight pressure between your knees and your opponent's neck. On top of that, I use the underhook on the leg to cut an even deeper angle, as well as utilize the final tip of this video.
Okay, so the third and final tip that I have is covering their shoulder with your quad. Now, I literally just watched a video of John Danaher explaining exactly what I'm gonna tell you right now. So obviously go watch his video because he's 10 times better at explaining it than I will. But I actually didn't learn it from John Danaher. I learned it from a man named John Knight. So in the simplest form, the point of this is to cover their shoulder and make it so you can only see their head and their arm in the triangle. The best way I can think of explaining it is similarly to an armbar where you have their shoulder in the crevice of your hips. You want to do the same thing, but instead of throwing your leg over their head, just put it directly behind their skull. Put your knee directly behind their skull and then relock the triangle from there. Personally, this is the biggest detail that allowed me to win my 2 IBJJFs at white belt and make it all the way to the second in the Pan Ams as a white belt as well. Of course, it's not that easy now at blue belt, but at white belt, this really worked for me, and this was such a crucial element into half of my triangle finishes. So lastly, I kind of wanted to talk about how I chain these moves together because I explain them in steps, but they all happen at the same time.
Okay, so to recap everything, I wanted to go back to this clip because this had every element that I was talking about, and I was doing it against such a bigger opponent, just showcasing how effective I feel like these techniques are. We're going to start off this sequence by first inverting and clearing his forearm frame on my neck to stack. I'm then going to cut the angle even deeper by underhooking that leg and launching my hips in the air, and then finish the triangle without even having it fully locked, simply by the pressure of covering the shoulder and pinching my knees together.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found this helpful, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. If you like videos like these, I've never really done this before, but if you like videos like these, make sure to let me know in the comments. Dude, I really suck at these videos. You guys don't know how long it takes me to make these. I literally tried making it at like 2 o'clock. Now it's like 5:40, and I like left because I got frustrated. Not really good at talking on camera, but we're figuring that out right now. So, something about comment, like, subscribe. It helps me. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. God, that's so bad.
Hey guys, just want to throw a disclaimer at the end. I'm a blue belt. I don't know shit, so if these tips helped, great. If you died, that's not my fault. I told you not to do it right here, so thank you. I love you. Have a good day.